Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening as the case may be in your part of the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm ZenArcher. I thought I'd do a blog that was just kind of relaxed, just me talking, me to you, and talk about YouTube and a lot of the things that have been going on in the community. Let me start off with the video that either was before this one or will be after this one. My reaction to the Guardian newspaper article. The geriatric 1927 has become well known. And because he's become well known, that newspaper decided to jump on the bandwagon and attack the gentleman. Now, it's kind of unusual for a newspaper to attack one individual who is relatively unknown. And you have to wonder what John Sutherland's purpose in doing that was. I've read the article over a couple of times, and part of me sees that he's saying that what's really uncanny about this is that geriatric 1927 really isn't anyone, isn't any kind of celebrity, and yet he found celebrity status out here on YouTube, and what an amazing thing that is. He goes way too far and attacks the person, in my opinion, personally, which I obviously do not think is right, and I've given you an idea of how you can voice your opinion and let Mr. Sutherland know that we pretty much don't give a fuck what he thinks. So I've done my part there. This is YouTubia. I think Paper Lilies was the one that used that the first time. I don't know, but I've heard it used a couple of times, so I think I'll use it too. YouTubia. I like that. So what else is going on? Well, Tara916 got a comment saying that she was a fascist because she played her country's, the United States anthem, and was really proud of that, and was very patriotic, and so she was called a fascist. And the person said, well, how would you like it if Germans came out here and waved their flag and sang their song? And she, tongue-in-cheek, said, you're right, this is an American YouTube and you guys need to stay out. And then she finally said, actually, I would like to hear the anthems of your country, see your flag, and see some sights from your country, and maybe become better educated. And I thought that was a great thing, and you'll find that she's in my favorites. That video is in my favorites. And I hope that you will. You can't join me because I'm an American. I'm Native American, in fact. But there are about 4 or 5 responses, and I'd love to see some more. So I would like you to go over and check it out. And if you're one of those countries that's not yet represented, please take a moment to put your anthem up and some pictures of where you came from or where you live. So that was a really, really nice thing. Raven Laughs has come out with a rant and yelled and screamed and jumped up and down about corporate America and how it needs to be compartmentized. And Raven's a friend of mine. I consider him a pretty good friend, actually. And I respect his view, although I disagree with it. I think, if people out here are interested in seeing celebrities, they would be watching TV, not YouTube. But there are a group of people who do come here to see programs that they missed on television or whatever that are put up legally or illegally. And that's fine. It's part of the community. There are people out here who are abiding by the law, and there are those that are breaking it. And on YouTube, like everywhere else, we go, well, why aren't these people getting caught? And some of them are getting caught. I don't agree with Raven because I think there's enough room for all of us. I do a certain amount of videos and I have a certain viewership, about 1,700 right now. And they appreciate what I do or what I've got to say, and I know that because they tell me so. They tell me in messages and they've made videos about it and so on and so forth. And I'm getting a little more popular on YouTube, and I appreciate that. It comes with its own, set of difficulties, and it's real hard to say no to people sometimes when you just don't have the time to do stuff. But because you hope that that they won't hold it against you. And I've been thinking about that recently. You just have to be true to yourself, and if the answer is no, you just have to say no. There are a lot of people out here, and this is one of the things that I wanted to bring up with Bohem. You are a YouTube celebrity, my friend. And with that, you're going to get the haters, and it doesn't matter how many or how few videos you have up. It doesn't matter if you're liked or not liked, or it just doesn't matter. As a YouTube celebrity, you have firmly planted a nice big target on yourself, and people are going to take shots at it. It's just the way the world works, and I know that you're not as big as a Hollywood celebrity, nor am I, or Renetto, or anybody else out here. But you still have to deal with the same kinds of things that some of those celebrities had to deal with. And Princess Diana, died running away from people who didn't just want to see her because they liked her, but also wanted to catch some dirt on her. And that's just the way the world works, when with that celebrity status comes a lot of negative things. Now, if you understand that those haters out there are always going to be there, and those people that are bent on saying bad things about you are always going to be there, that they're just part of the YouTube, in fact, the world ecosystem, that, they are the scavengers of the world. You shake your shoulders and say, the world is the world. It's not perfect, but that's the way it is. And you have to try to be as unaffected as possible and move on. Certainly, I went through my own piece of hell when I cared that someone was saying a lot of really negative and personal things about me. But I was looking on here the other day, and the poor chap has been reduced to debunking card tricks. How sad is that? It worked for him, though. It got him subscriptions. It got him on, it got him on the most discussed list. And that was probably what his whole point to it was to begin with, and that's probably why he was picking on me. But okay. I don't even go over there anymore. I don't even see the stuff, and it's as if he doesn't exist, and that really works out pretty well. Now, I am aware of what goes on because his friends are always very quick to tell me, what do you think about this? And I look and say, I don't care. It didn't lose me any subscribers. If it did, they probably weren't subscribers I needed. But this is YouTubia, and that's the way it goes. I know that the people that appreciate what I do out here will continue to watch me and continue to appreciate what I do. And for those that don't, that they'll attack me and say things about me, and they're just part of the ecosystem. That's just the way it works. So let them have their fun. Let them gain whatever they can gain from it. But I got off track, didn't I? I think there's room out here for everybody. I don't care if it's Paris Hilton or NBC TV or Paramount. I don't think they need their own section. I do good video. It's not high class, and there's no production company, and those production companies can do video that's much better than anything that I can produce. But I also know that when people get tired of watching that, they're going to come back over and listen to what I have to say. And as long as that's the case, I'm not threatened by them in any way. I don't care that the ads are up or that they're paying to have a dedicated YouTube profile. It doesn't bother me in any way. I don't go over and watch their stuff. But there are a lot of people who do. If you go over and look at the subscriptions for Paris Hilton, you'll discover she's got a whole bunch. So apparently she must be doing something right, or else there wouldn't be so many people subscribed to her. Doesn't bother me in the least. I hope that the people that come over here to see what Paris Hilton is up to and why in the world would she put her stuff over here will look around a bit. Maybe they'll find my video, and maybe if they do, they'll go, you know what? This guy breaks all the stereotypes. This redneck sitting with no shirt on with a cowboy hat at 2:30 in the morning talking into a microphone has got a following. Maybe a light bulb will go on in their head, and maybe I'll get some work out of it or a little extra cash out of it. And in the process, more people will hear the message that I have. So that's a good thing. I have no problem with that either. It's just kind of a funny place to be, isn't it? YouTubia. It's a microcosm of the world. It's a little tiny ecosystem that reflects the real world that's out there. I'm okay with that. I think things are as they should be. And I think when you realize that, it doesn't bother you so much that haters say, you suck, you're a dick, go die. Okay, whatever. Pat them on the head and send them on their way, and go ahead and do what you've been doing. As far as the Guardian goes, they're nothing to me. They're nothing to us. They're just official haters. And if you look at John Sutherland's work, you'll discover that that's pretty much true. But John's gotten a following by being a hater. There are a lot of people who get followings by being haters. People love conflict. Good for them. I choose not to conduct my life that way. But that's my personal choice. So I'll be out here on YouTube and I'll do my little eBay thing, and yeah, I'll still dumpster dive, and I will save all the money for myself. Why shouldn't I? That's a everybody wins situation. Somebody throws out something they don't want. I become a middleman, pick it up, clean it up, do a little bit of work investigating what it is, and put it out, and somebody buys it for less than they would pay for it at a Walmart or a Kmart or a department store. So they get a deal, I make some extra cash, and the person who threw it away doesn't have it in their way anymore. Everybody wins. I think that's a good thing. There are those out here who disagree. Okay. Then please, for those of you who disagree, when you walk past the dumpster and you see the laptop laying in there, don't touch it, because I'd like to pick it up. I'm not too proud to take advantage of that. So, I'll recap very quickly, and I know this is a long vlog, and I'm just sitting here kicking back, relaxing, talking to you, and I don't mind it being long. If you do, you know, you could have watched it in segments. So I'll just recap very quickly. Raven, I love you, man. That's the truth. I respect what you're saying. I hear, you know, the fear in your voice that commercialism will take over YouTube. I'm not afraid of that happening. I don't think that commercialism is going to push me or you or anybody else out of YouTube. I really don't believe it. And I've seen these kinds of things happen multiple times. And you can't tell me that, well, YouTube's different. YouTube's not different. It's not different. It's the same, just in a different way. Bohem, you want to take your videos down and try to reduce what people can smack you with? Go ahead. It doesn't make a difference. They'll just find something else to pick on you about. They're part of YouTube. They have a place here. It's unfortunate. Superman, 1938. The haters are never going to go away. They're not going to get tired. They're never going to go away. We as a community have to learn to deal with the haters. And my friend Pipistrello has given you away. The RID campaign. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go over and look it up on Pipistrello's profile, and I'll put his name in here. And get involved with the RID campaign. It's something that you can do personally that will help put those haters in their place. One person at a time. As far as the Guardian goes, I've given you links in the other video, and I hope that you will take advantage of those, that you will flood their email box, and that you will flood their telephones, telling them, picking on one individual, just because he's 80 years old, and he doesn't tell a story the way that you would like it told, is not acceptable. Don't buy the paper. In fact, if you know anybody who does buy the paper, tell them the story and get them to stop subscribing. Well, I guess that's all I've got to say. Oh, I forgot. Be sure you get over there to Tara916. And when you're looking at her video about anthems and things like that, look at some of her other stuff. Tara's a very bright girl. Her heart's in the right place. And she does have a lot to say. I watch her often. I talk to her often. And I hope you'll become one of her friends too. So, that's about it for me tonight. I hope that you have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon. Until next time, this is ZenArcher saying, you be well.